From the In Nomine core rules. Welcome to Evil Live, the live media commentary show that answers the question, are archangels supportive or antagonistic to their servitors? Subscribe to the channel because today we are continuing our In Nomine series with this episode, reading Interlude. Nicole wrenched the handlebars to the left, forcing her motorcycle off the road like a racehorse toward a finish line. After getting what she'd hoped was well into the woods, she killed the bike's engine and headlight and glided through fallen leaves, coasting to a stop in the darkness. She kicked the bike's stand down, walked a few feet away, and began to pull off her sweater as she slowly twirled in place. Her blonde hair fanned away from her body, while her head turned upward, focusing on the circling treetops and the stars beyond them. She twirled faster and faster, one hand flashing open with a Zippo and carving patterns in the air with its flame as her tempo increased. She began howling, the sound merging with the whirling flame, stopping abruptly when she heard two hands clapping. "Nice," said Gabriel, the Archangel of Fire. "I presume you have the blood?" "Bike," said Nicole, pointing over her shoulder as she looked down to button her blouse. They stood in silence while Nicole picked the leaves off her sweater before wrestling it back over her head. It was autumn, and the evening air was losing its heat. "So?" said Gabriel, raising her eyebrows. Nicole chuckled while she fished around on the ground for her boots. "I guess you'd like to know why I called you." "Yes," said Gabriel coldly, weighing the bags of blood in her hands. "I was curious. Is this how you got that note of dissonance?" "Not the blood," she said slowly. "The blood is from my servant, my late servant. I had to strike him, despite the dissonance, to save an innocent's life. But I've recruited—" Nicole snapped her mouth shut at a sharp glance from the Archangel of Fire. Gabriel looked at the bags more carefully, holding them up to catch the dim starlight. "Also, there are some demons in town, but I think I've got them at each other's throats." The Archangel nodded. "But," Gabriel said, "but I need some malachim, just in case. Just for a day." Gabriel frowned. "I can't do that. There are other things going on." "Then give me back my gun," Nicole said, staring down at her superior. "At least give me a fighting chance." "You'd like a fighting chance?" Gabriel laughed, a sneer spreading across one side of her face. "What? Are you out of essence? Why don't you go dance a few more hours?" Nicole turned her head as if slapped. "It was just a little favor," she murmured. "A little favor?" Gabriel spat, flames leaping behind her eyes. "A little favor? You did a little favor for the Archangel of Flowers, and she rewards you with a right, the very right you used to generate the essence to summon me here to this place tonight." "Look," Nicole said, her voice wavering. "Please, it was for a friend. I had to help him out. He was in trouble, and I wasn't just going to let him die. So Novalis showed me how to generate essence by dancing. I'm sorry I didn't summon you with the essence from one of your own rites, but between my servant betraying me and my artist overdosing on demonic heroin, maybe I haven't been thinking entirely straight." The sounds of the city echoed throughout the woods. A cigarette materialized in Gabriel's hands, lit. She inhaled deeply, consuming almost half the cigarette in one breath. "I beg your forgiveness," Nicole said. Gabriel bowed her head low, blowing smoke at her angel. Nicole bent over, her body shaking from the force of her coughing. "You are one of my most favored servants," she intoned, rolling the cigarette between her fingers. "It would displease me to see anything happen to you. But," she continued, "you know Archangel Dominic is always on the lookout for heresies among my servants. Now his eye is on Ellie and Novalis. By helping them, we increase the chances of the Divine Inquisition refocusing their scrutinies against us." "That was 1,000 years ago!" "That was yesterday!" Gabriel said with a mad scowl, pressing the cigarette coal deep into her corporeal vessel's cheek. "But you were right to help the servant of Novalis. I'm merely saying, be careful who you accept gifts from." Yes, my mistress, Nicole said, bowing low, trying to avoid the smell of burning flesh. You'll find your gun in your pocket. I don't think you have time to ride back to town. Assume your celestial form, and I will mask your presence as you move through the symphony. Yes, my mistress. Anything else? The Archangel said expectantly, pressing a finger against the hole in her cheek. Yes, whispered Nicole as her flesh turned to light. Thank you. Thank you for watching today's In Nomine episode. Subscribe and ring the bell if you're new to the channel. Don't forget to click the like button and comment to let others learn about this award-winning role-playing game and this channel. And as always, remember that evil spelled backwards is live, so get out there and be evil.